In your abusive marriage, did you ever land in the hospital?
The first one was, and then I was still breastfeeding my second child. I just collect twice for my face. That iron pulled off with me downstairs, and we were living upstairs. I used this side I hit, I passed out.
Was there a time you thought you were at fault?
What was the first boundary that was crossed?
Did you ever lay hands on the children?
What exactly made you go back to the marriage after the first time you went into coma?
Was there ever good days or it was all just bad days?
There were good days. We would sing together because I was a chorister. He was a chorister. The night we would sing in.
How were you able to deal with it every single day, going back home, knowing that, today they might beat you?
Did you perhaps have an extreme thought that, okay, just let me get this over with?
There was a day I went to get hypo. By then it was jig. I look at my little child on the bed. Oluwa, Eshanu me. I carry the cup to drink. Please, I want to beg. If there is any way we can stop violence in marriage, domestic violence, please, if there is anybody that can help the women are passing through hell in silence. I survived domestic violence, and I'm here to answer questions from 20 people.
My name is Bright, and my question is, what was the first boundary that was crossed in the relationship with the person, and how did you react to it and feel at that moment?
The first abuse started when my child was 4 days. The way I react to it, because I will really tell my family, nobody can take me out of my marriage, but I began to cover up. It came to a point, I have to shout out. The thing was like a dream. I'm going into that grave gradually. But at first, I did not react. I keep it to myself. I see it's just a normal thing. Maybe he's angry.
My name is Damilola. My question is, what is the worst point that it got to? Did you ever land in the hospital?
Twice. The first one was, I came back from work that night. I asked my niece, go and warm food for him. But then I was still breastfeeding my second child. He said, if the soup did not warm well, I said, okay, add water. The girl added water. He said, the girl has given him river. I said, hey, wait, let me finish. Let this child finish sucking. I'll come and do it. I just collect twice for my face, and I drop the baby and give him back. I said, enough is enough. Start dragging me. You must leave my house. You must leave my house. You must leave my house. You know that inner staircase? In those days, they built house and put the staircase, not now that it's outside. That thing was weak. I was holding that thing, was pulling me. That iron pulled off with me downstairs, and we were living upstairs. Meet me downstairs. I used this side I hit, I passed out. It was after 3 days, I found myself that I was in the hospital. I also went up to her and said, she's awake. Thank God, she's awake. And my two children were too small. My first child was like 3 years plus, and the other one was just 8 months. So we fight for me, nobody. It was my niece that went home, because he eventually went and carried that same soup that I was complaining of, and he started eating. The girl carried washing water and pour inside the soup. He said, "I wizard, you kill my auntie and you come back to eat this food." It was the girl that looked for a landline and called my family. My uncle, my late uncle, said he wanted to come to Lagos and beat him up. I said, no need. I left the house that time too. And the second one was, I went to cook because I'm a caterer. He said that someone followed me, a man followed me to where I went to cook. Who was that man that was following me later stuff? I said, how can you accuse me that I went to cook in the school? It was only myself and Felicia that was there. It was not easy. He carried my bag of rice from inside and poured it into the sand. That was how the fight started. He now pushed my head to the edge of the wall and hit me. I passed out. That was 2 times. I landed myself in the hospital.
Hello, Ma. My name is Okonkwo Jessica. And my question is, has there been any points in your marriage where you've tried to cover up for your husband?
Plenty. We'll finish fighting. So a knock will knock at the door. Coco. We'll smile. Darling, go and look. So many times. The first beat that they beat me, when my auntie came, I didn't tell my auntie anything. My auntie kept asking, what is on your face? I said, I fell down from bedroom when I went into bath this morning. The woman said it's a lie. This is sign of fingernail. I said, auntie, you are the one saying fingernail there. Me, I'm not seeing anything. I fell down. I cover up for him every time. Every time, so that people will not laugh at us.
My name is David. My question is, how many children do you have? And what were their thoughts to their father when he was committing this violence act to you?
They were children then. They don't have a say. Even though when the thing starts, one will always want to fight for me. I say, leave it. Just stay. Just stay. Just stay. Let me face my cross. It is my cross. Let me carry it. You know, by then they were still kids. They don't know what to really do. They can't fight their father. It's not possible. I can't even allow that. I can't even allow that. I have 4 children.
My name is Olamilekon. Did he, by any chance, eat you before you got into marriage?
We didn't date. We didn't date at all. I just came to Lagos to visit my aunt.
What is that one green flag you see in him, despite being violent, and you say, okay, I want to end up with this person?
There was no sign at all. He was a lovely, caring, as in, for good 1 year that we stayed together until I put to bed. He has never raised his hand. He has never shouted at me. So there was no sign at all. That is why I said maybe he was angry. At first, I didn't react. I just asked, you hit me? You hit me? Why? Why would you hit me? This is a man I so much love that my relatives say, don't go. This, I say, who? Me. I will marry him.
I believe if they had dated longer than that before they got married, I'm very sure she would have seen the red flags.
Good morning, ma. My name is Priscilla. And my question is, how long did it last for? And what was the final straw for you?
It lasted for 25 good years. The last straw was that when my elder brother died, my intention was that, this man will stand up for me this period. My elder brother died on the 18th. On the 20th, he beat me up again. We fought. This one was like man and woman. I said, today I will end this whole show. If he can kill me, she kill me. If I can kill him, she kill me. Whosoever want to end up in prison, we will go. That was January 20th, 2013. He came to a point that night, I pick a plank. I look at him. I said, Kai, if I kill this man, I will end up in prison, in jail, and he will be in the grave. And my children will never forgive me. I said, instead, let me move out. I dropped the plank back. I left. But marriage lasted for 25 years.
My name is Oluwatobi, and I have a question for you. During the period of time whereby you were in that marriage and he started eating you and beating you, the violence and all, did you perhaps have an extreme thought that, okay, just let me get this over with, probably, like let's end it, me and him, let's just go together?
So many times. There was a day I went to get hypo-jig. By then it was jig. Because I look at myself, I don't have parents. I'm an orphan. Where will I go to? I'm going back to the same family that I'm proud on them that I can never leave my marriage. I will marry my husband till the end of the world. I have a problem with so many of my relatives because of so-called marriage. And I asked myself, where will I go back to this time? At this period, I went and bought the jig. I turned it inside cup. I look at my little child on the bed. Oluwa, I shall know me. I want to take my life by myself because of thirsty marriage. I carried the cup to drink, but a voice came to me. But you can do better than this. You can do better than this. This man is not the only man on earth. You can leave this house. Carry your child and run away. I tried killing myself twice. There was a day I ate in my kitchen, I carried a knife to stab myself. And I set the knife, I said, okay, let me just lie on it. The thing will just pierce me inside. Before it will come, I've gone. A voice kept coming saying, you can't do that. You have a lot of things to deal with on this earth, to content with. It's not your life. You can't take your life. I just remove it. And that thing, I keep it secret. It's only my late brother that I told that thing. That almost killed my life. Took my life twice.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, we appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. We want to explore more intentional topics like this, and your subscription to the channel just let us know we're on the right track. Now, let's get back into the story.
My name is Henrietta. You said the abuse went on for 25 years. So was there a time you thought you were at fault?
I don't think so, because at first that was my thinking that, oh, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. I will just come out, just come back from work. What kept you so long? Blah, 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 before you turn it back. At early stage, I was not retaliating. I was not responding. I was just trying to be a woman. But it get to a point, I said, one day this man will kill me. I begin to build up my muscle. I said, wait, before we hit me 10, let me drag one so that I will find my way out and run. Because I keep running. I said, no. I become like a punching bag. Every little thing, it will hit. Every little thing will hit. Organic, what is that? You who call me, my darling, you be hitting me. Every little thing you hit me. Why? They said I'm very stupid for asking that question.
Good afternoon, ma. It's Damilola. Did you ever lay hands on the children at any point?
Very well. Very well. He did that a lot, because there's one of my child always want to fight back. He will just give that to him, bam, we start pushing the girl. So that's why I say it's not by retaliating that will make him change. It's in the blood.
When you were about to leave your marriage, did people advise you otherwise?
There was nobody that was telling me to stay back. It was only the elder brother. Then Nan said, go back for your children's sake. Go back for, and I asked him, what if I go back and Nan die? The children Nan stayed. They did not see me to help them when I was supposed to help them. I was the only person. Everybody was supporting me, because that time, that one, the last one, was that bad. My elder brother died on Friday. On Sunday night, they are beating me with bruises, and I carried that bruises to my village to show them. So there was nobody that supported me to stay back. Everybody said, leave before you die.
Ma, what kind of support actually helped and what didn't help?
Some people asked me to leave, run for your dear life, which I finally did. Some people asked me to kill him, to turn him to order. They should come. I should come. They should take me to Juju man. He should give me something for him to eat. I said, God forbid, I can never do that. So those are the support that I threw away. And they took the one they say, run away for your dear life, to stay alive for your children.
Good day, ma. It's Olajumoke. Did you miss him at any point after you left?
God forbid. Who are you? Is it the beating that I want to miss or what? How will I miss a man that does not love me? A man that turned me to a punching bag? No.
Why would she miss a man that beats her every day? What's she missing? Like, is she missing the violence? Or you showed from her answer that it really disgusted her.
Good day, ma. My name is Precious. In the duration of the 25 years, was it the fact that you loved him? Like, you were like, this man will definitely change. I love this man. What force made you endure for long?
It was just my children. Because even when I left, my family asked me to come and collect his bride price that is paid. They refused. And I don't want another woman to come and start maltreating my children in their father's house.
The answer she gave really didn't surprise me. She can't just leave her children and go and start a new life. She has to be strong for her kids. So I feel like the motherly instinct just kicked in.
Hello, ma. My name is Okonkwo Jessica. My question is, as a young girl who plans on getting married someday in the future, what are the signs that we should look out for in order to avoid domestic violence?
I love that question. In relationship that you want to enter and will lead to marriage, the 4 flag you need to check on: a lying lip, 1, a deceiver, which is a promise and fail, 2, a nagging partner. Every little thing, he will use it for record. He will record it and keep for you. 2 years later, he will remind you, in so day, you did this. Run away. Kabakabwa. Let your leg be touching your head. Wrong. Then the last one, a man-eater. As in, Every little thing, jokely, give it. Sorry. It was a mistake. The devil, no, this is the devil. That man self don't suffer devil. That fourth thing, the moment you start noticing it in your relationship, wrong.
Hello, my name is Laurels. I can understand your pains. I only want to ask that during that 25 years of hell that you passed through, was there any external intervention, let's say from your place of worship, from friends, from people that your husband respects, and especially from his family?
A stepmother came to Lagos. By then I was still pregnant for my second daughter. And I asked my house girl to go and buy soap. The girl did not come back. It was on environmental day like this. When the girl came, I beat the girl. Said, why did I touch the girl? He started bullying me. Before I know, I slumped. The stepmother was in Lagos. When they took me to the hospital, the woman came and said, why all this problem? The woman talked and talked and talked and talked. He could not listen. Then I remember one certain time, he still went to visit the same sister. He beat me there too. We fought. The girl went and carried police to arrest him. The girl was saying that if you can beat your wife in your house, beat her in your house, kill her in your house, not in my house. Because if anything happened to her in my house, they will say it's the family people that kill her. We always say it's my wife. I married her, I wed her, I pay her dowry. I can kill and bury her, nothing will happen. The church entered when they started accusing me that I'm seeing another man. They tell my pastor that, she be a widowers. You can cite her. If she finish, you ask her as you can marry her. I dash you. I remember that man telling him that, hey, this man, if you send this woman to an early grave, the society, the world, the family, the church, the God you serve will never forgive you. The church settled, not once, not twice. When I left, the church, people in the church said, I beg, go arrest before they will kill you. My ex-husband beat me to a bus stop. People came down from the bus to start fighting him. He said, if you don't like this woman again, return her to her family. She has a family where you pick her from. Where I'm living today by God's grace, it's God Almighty that is providing for me. As I'm sitting there like this, for the past 13 years, and this same man don't toast me. One even drop ring in my hand, I remove it. When I remember the past, I said, please let me just be. If marriage is like that, let me be. Please, I want to beg. I want to beg. I want to beg. If there is any way we can stop violence in marriage, domestic violence, please, if there is anybody that can help the women are passing through hell, is silent.
Being a domestic violence survivor too, so I fully understand her pains. For everything she was saying here, I was just like, are they all identical? Like, is it a pattern? Is it something?
My name is Lev, and my question is, what made you come out from your shell? What made you speak out?
Why I come out is that I'm not the only one that is facing this problem. There's a lot of women that are dying in silence. So I come out for them to hear if they want to remain silent and die in the marriage, or for them to move and stay alive for their children.
Okay, good day, ma'am. My name is Olajumoke, and my question is, how did you deal with acceptance from family and friends and the society at large? Did they accept you when you told them about what was going on? So
I reported to, because there was a time he even took me to one select church, tell them that I'm a witch. He told them that I'm a witch. The man gave me 7 different candles to light. Give me where I'll be sleeping. And they gave me 4 days to confess If not, I would die. I look at myself when I call my auntie and my uncle. I reported to them, I reported to my friends. They said I should not do it. I said, no. I have to prove my innocence that I'm not a witch. I have to lie in that thing for 3 days. The 4th day, I saw my mom in the dream. In that dream, I saw myself in the grave, trying to fall inside the grave. She dragged me out, tapped me. So she spanked me. I woke up. What is the meaning of this dream? I called one of my pastor friends then. I said, please, ma, can someone be a witch? And she will not know, he or she will not know that she's possessed. He said it's not possible. Because that person will be going to meeting. I said, okay. When my auntie and my uncle came to ask him, he walked them out of his house. That was when I started thinking of leaving. I did not just leave that day. I left about 6 times, giving him a time to change, working on myself too, because some people would tell me, work on yourself. Maybe you are the problem. I said, okay. At times we will talk, I will keep quiet. They will tell me, why am I keeping quiet? Why are you keeping quiet? I'm talking to you, so you are counting me as a fool. That's why you are not replying me. Okpari, there are some people that will tell you, leave for you to save yourself. Someone say, kill this man before you go. I said, no, I can't kill him. I have 2 boys. So if a woman kill my children, how will I feel? Instead, let me go. It was not easy. But when I finally left, my dear, you know people talk, they have their mouth to talk. They say, yes, let her go now. Under 1 year, she will face the wall. She will know how the wall is. But those that know what I was passing through, they say, you have done the best thing for yourself. Go and rest.
Good day, ma. My name is Chizzy. So my question is, what was the healing process like for you? And how many years has it been now?
This is my 13 years being a single mother. And I don't even think I've healed completely. You can see me still crying because of those pains. Every morning I pray, I say, God, heal me from these pains. Because I'm still nursing some pains. I could have been a better person than this. I could have been this, I could have done this, I could have done this because of this marriage. I'm still having some pains inside me, which I'm asking God to heal me completely.
My name is Tolashe, and my question is, what misconception do you think people believe that made victims stay? And what exactly is the fact that made you stay for so long?
The Bible said that marriage is honorable. You know, when you wait in the church, you did traditional marriage, your family cannot just expect you to leave that marriage just like that. I stayed there because I want to be a married woman. And I don't want to give bad names to my family that I entered marriage, I jumped out. Number 2 was that my kids were too small by then. I look at it, if I leave these children, who will take care of them? That was the reason why I stayed back to answer Mrs. The first thing that will come to your mind is that, what will people say? What name would they give me? What name would they give to my family? But you'll be forgetting that. That name might be there while you be in the grave. I was there trying to make sure that it worked out. The more I stay, the more the abuse keep coming.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Tochi.
Good afternoon.
So my question for you is, what made it difficult for you to come forward?
I didn't want to come out before, but I have to come out because I want people to learn, people to hear, to listen. If there is any way, even government want to come in and intervene, as I said, I'm not the only one that is passing through this, so people are still passing through this, even to our neighbors around us.
My name is Priscilla, and my question is, how did you cope throughout that 25 years? How were you able to deal with it every single day, going back home, knowing that, today they might beat you? And also, where's your ex-husband now? Has he tried to reach out to you or anything since you left him?
I cope because it's my home. I can't run from my home. My children, my seats are there. So if I'm coming from work, I will be ready that today If it happen, we'll do it the way we used to do it. It became part of my life. But it's just that I didn't want to die. That was why I left. It's fine, but it does not render help to me. I have his number, I have my number, but he will not call. If you call the children, I will hear his conversation.
My name is Mona. You said you left with your children. Were they willing to follow you? How did they react in following you out? And do you think they were traumatized by the experience?
It didn't really affect my children, but one of my daughter got married last year. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, they always use women that we are weaker vessels, we have big, sharp razor blade mouth. As a man, you're supposed to control yourself. It's not everything you say you hit a woman. It's really affected my children because they refuse. I beg, I'm not fit, but I keep telling them, your marriage can never be like my marriage. And I pray so well that God Almighty will never allow any of my blood to pass through what I went through in marriage. I did not live with my children because he didn't allow me to go with the children. I think 2015, he asked me to come and carry my children. By then, my two girls already stand on their own. They moved to their house. Then I went and carried my two boys, which are still with me today.
I felt a connection, as someone who has experienced something similar. Watching my mom go through such pain was not funny. If she had been there up till now, she would have died. It was that bad. It was really bad.
Do you think if you had said something the first time he hit you, then he would have changed and he would not have continued beating you for the next 25 years to go?
He will not. Because if he wanted to change, me not saying something that even made him change. It's not by reacting, fighting him, that will make him change. It will only make him become worse. I think that is what he was planning to do me, to maltreat me. That's all. To stay alive for your children.
My question is, was there ever good days or it was all just bad days?
There were good days. If there were no good days, how will we marry? How will we go to the village and conduct traditional marriage and come back, see the white wedding in the church? There were, just that. Get to a point, it was so frequent. Every week, the fight would just come. There were good days. We'll sing together because I was a chorister before I became an usher in the church. I was a chorister. Yet was a chorister. And then I would be singing. In those days, a man said, I want my marriage to be like your marriage. As I said, he was a very lovely person, but I don't know what just happened. Between a twinkling of an eye, it turned to another thing.
My name is Leif, and my question is, if your ex-husband was there now, what would be your reaction?
We are not fighting. I'll greet him. Normal greeting.
I expected her to say something more. Well, unfortunately, like she's a matured lady and she's just seen life.
Good day, Ma. David again. My question is, has your experience shaping the way you advise your children in matter of relationship?
Yes, as I said, before you say yes to any man, date that man, know that man, knows his weak points. So make her pretend, my darling, sweetheart, honey, pepper, this na lie. Date this man to know who he is. That's the advice for my children and for young girls out there.
I want to ask, you've been through this situation and you've not even healed till now. Let's say tomorrow now you become a mother-in-law and one of your sons is doing this to the wife and you know about it. What will be what will you do?
Hey. Hello, Majel. I used to call my two children, my two boys. I said, see, I will be alive when you will marry. I will be alive when you raise your family. If the day you lay hand on your wife, I will tell the woman to pack and leave you. How can you abuse your wife, the woman that you call the love of my heart? A woman that gave you children. Women went through a lot in marriage. It's the same you that will get pregnant. It's the same you will enter labor room. Same you that will breastfeed a child. It's the same. Abba. Then you have the goals, the audacity to lay hand on that woman that give you family. Without that woman, you cannot have a name. You don't have a name. I used to tell my boys, I say, if I die alive, you beat your wife. What I will do to you, you will not believe me. As in, you will not believe because I will come to your house and beat you in the presence of your wife. Come here to beat you.
That tells me that she's a good mother-in-law. A good mother-in-law will not want what happened to her to repeat to the daughter-in-law.
Hello, Ma. It's Muna here again. What exactly made you go back to the marriage after the first time you went into coma?
My dear, I look back. These children are too small. Even started when the first one was just 3+. I said, where will I go? I don't have a place to go. I have not saved money. I was still small then. I think by then I was just 22. I got married very early. I was just 22. No mama, no papa to say, let me go back to the village and stay. It's these same people that I abused them that you should leave me alone. Let me marry my married. I will not go back to their house. They will mock me.
My name is Glory. And my question is, who were you before the marriage? And who did you become after the marriage? And how would you say the marriage changed you?
I was a very little girl then. Then when I got married, I think I started learning how to cook, how to bake. It was after the marriage, I joined the industry. God took me to where I am today. It was after the marriage. I just made up my mind. I said, one day. I never dreamed of it. I never see it come. But I also took a picture. That picture took me to industry today. I become an actor. I am 100% better today than while I was in that marriage.
My name is Daramola. After everything you've been through, what's that one thing that feels like luxury to you now?
What I felt that is luxury to me is that I am still alive. I see my children grow. I'm not in the grave. I'm not on the hospital bed as the enemy planned that when you leave my house, you will surely die. You will not survive a year. But I thank God today I'm alive. I'm the one sitting today to tell this story. If I want to eat a bat today, I want to eat it, I will eat it. I will not beg before I eat. I remember when I left that marriage, that early stage, I know what I went through. If I offer anybody here a sachet of water, nobody will collect it from me because I was like a living skeleton. The world was like a living hell. But I thank God I'm alive today.
Also, Ma, I'm glad that you're in a better state from what you've been saying. So how would you say life is for you now?
I'm better. I'm happy. By God's grace, I am fulfilled. I am a fulfilled and happy mother. I don't even want to have that flashback again. And I know I'll be happy forever.
Good day, my name is Bright. Is there any point where you felt guilty for leaving?
That early stage, I felt guilty for leaving because of my last child. The boy was too small. Why did I leave? I could have just endured for this boy to reach like 15 or 10. But he just get to one day, I said, thank God I'm seeing them on a daily basis. If I want to give them anything, I just enter by team, I give to them. I didn't have problem at all.
Good afternoon, Ma. My name is Sophia. So my question is, did he ever ask for forgiveness? And do you think you can ever forgive him?
Yes, he asked for forgiveness. At first, he didn't believe that it can happen. He didn't believe that I can leave him. He didn't believe at all. You know, when we were fighting, me packing my things, breaking it back, throwing my thing, packing it back. I remember my uncle telling me, do you see this load? You are throwing outside like just a normal thing. One day, you throw this load will not want to enter back. Say it's a lie. My wife loved me, I love my wife. He never believed. So when he came back in, after my elder brother's burial, I just said them, I can never. I'd rather be a single mother than to go back to this man's house. He came back in, I forgive him. But we can't be as husband and wife again. God forbid.
My name is Precious. My question is, what should someone not say to a person that is going through domestic violence?
You know, some people don't know how to talk. Because they have not been there, they will not know what you are passing through. I would not like somebody to tell me that, you too, when the man is talking, don't talk. Maybe you are the cause of everything. But those ones that have gone through the trauma before will always tell you, my dear, if you cannot enjoy it again, go. It's better to be in one small corner, alive, seeing your children grow, than for you to be in big house and you cannot sleep with your two eyes closed. Honestly, get to a point in my marriage, I was not sleeping again because I was scared. This man should not wake up in the night and strangle me to death or press me with pillow. Honestly speaking. So those are the things I would not like anybody to say to me that, you two make it, they keep quiet. When the man, they talk, make it, they keep quiet.
Oluwatobi here again, and I have a question for you, ma. What would you say to people that shame divorce?
You know, there's this adage that said, when we get to the river, we'll cross it. They have not gotten there. The marriage that we build together, you went to church, you went to the family. Mommy, daddy, this is my darling. He's the love of my heart. They joined your people together. Still went to church, wear white, and dance. Still went to court and do this, sign this. Do you think that is it's just a one-day thing that the woman just stood up and entered the court that I want to divorce my husband? No. Let them mock. Let them laugh. When they get to that spot, let me see whether they will endure the pain. When it never happened to you, you no go know, say another one, they pass through hellfire. May God help us.
So my question is, what's something that you've achieved, whether big or small, since you've left the marriage that you're very proud of?
Well, I may not really say I've achieved so much, but at least if I was still in that marriage, I would not be where I am today. To be sincere, I will not be allowed to enter industry as an actor. They will first of all accuse me that all the women in the industry will be sleeping with me, which I know that is not true. If I was in that marriage, I will not make a move. They not born you well. I achieved that, and by God's grace, that's what I said. Where I'm living today, I don't sweat to pay it as a rent. I don't beg. I don't say people don't support me, because people love me the way I am. I'm a very slim person. I don't sleep. If you give me a call time at Aja, 6 a.m., wallahi talai. If 6:15, it's too late. I will start calling you, please. I'm close. Everybody knows me in the industry. Say, that woman knows she keep to her time. God has been so good, showing me mercy. His mercy, His mercy, His grace is so sufficient.
My question is, after today's session, are you willing to show us your face?
How much are you going to pay me if I show you my face?
I don't have money. I will give you love and comfort.
You promise me if I show my face, you'll give me one big job. Give me one lead role in one movie. Everyone to see my face. Okay. This is my face.
We love you, Ma.
I feel happy seeing that she's in a better place. She's better than when she left.
Most women are going through a lot, but at the end, I'm happy that she got better. She left eventually, and she's in a better state.
Once a man raises his voice, please don't stay in that relationship. Run. If he's giving you money, please find your own money and leave the relationship.
When you are going through situations like this, don't bottle up. It will do you no good. Try to speak out. I thank God that awareness is coming out now.
This shows that when you voice out, things can turn around to the better, even though it looks as if that is the end.